Downeast Scenic Railroad. Our travel time today will be approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes. For your safety and comfort, we ask that you remain seated whenever possible during today's excursion. In the coaches, please keep your arms and hands inside the windows and do not go to the sides of the open-air car. For safety, children must be accompanied by an adult moving about the train. If you have any questions about today's excursion, please feel free to ask any member of the Downeast Scenic Railroad train crew. The train you're riding in today is being pulled by either a 1950 Hancock Station 1000 horsepower engine, originally built in the Maine Central Railroad, number 1055, or a 1948 General Electric built 70-ton diesel electric locomotive, number 54. Passenger cars consist of a restored 1915 Illinois Rockford and Western Railroad passenger car, number 123, named the Union River. The open-air car, number 124, was a former log transport car converted to passenger service. Coach 155 is a former Maine Central Calais Branch that was built in 1910 with its name in the Green Corner. Combine 102 is a restored day-based railroad combination passenger and baggage train. It was built in 1940. We are now entering the Card Brook Wetlands area. Ahead on both the left and right sides of the train, you'll notice a power line crossing the tracks, and high up on the power line poles and in several nearby trees, you'll see large bird nests. These are home to both ospreys and eagles. Depending on the time of year, you may catch a glimpse of these wonderful large birds circling the area. Card Brook is a natural wetland. It's part of the Union River watershed. Occasionally seen in this area are deer, moose, bear, beavers, foxes, and various types of waterfowl. today will cross several roads. Some of the crossings in Ellsworth will require us to stop and send a flagman into the roadway to stop vehicle traffic and then proceed on our way. Our first stop is right here at Maine Street, and we'll continue westward to Ellsworth Falls, and after the train's engine moves to the opposite end of the train, we'll continue west, crossing the Union River, and then we'll go eastward back to Washington Junction.
How would you feel if I dedicated my Saturdays to see if I could come down and volunteer on the braille? I think that'd be fun.
The large white buildings along the right side of the train belong to Wyman's Blueberry Freezer. It's one of the many blueberry processing plants in the county. The berry harvest is in August. During a 2-month period, 16 million pounds of berries will be processed in this area. Along the right side of the train, you'll see from time to time a white sign with a W on it. The W is not a directional sign, but rather a whistle sign, to remind the train's engineer to sound the whistle or horn as we're approaching a crossing. The standard signal is 2 long horn blasts, followed by a short and 1 final long. through Ellsworth, we'd like to give you a brief history of the rail shoreline line. The Maine Shoreline Railroad was chartered to operate between Brewer and Hancock Point. Construction of this line began in May of 1883, and it was led by Colonel John M. Green with the financial backing of the Maine Central Railroad. Over 700 Italian immigrants, paid $1.50 per day, were employed to build the line. The original purpose for the line's construction was not only to connect Ellsworth and Bangor, but primarily to move summer visitors to Bar Harbor and Montezuma Island. Working through the winter of 1884 and only Christmas Day off, laborers persevered in harsh Maine winter conditions. The first train carrying passengers arrived at Ellsworth on June 23, 1884. Work on the railroad continued east to Hancock Point, where steamer wheels were built at Needle Point. It was there that disembarking train passengers were board steamer boats to make the 6-mile voyage across Frenchman's Bay to Bar Harbor. At that time, Bar Harbor was the island where Virgin and summer holidays were Americans well-to-do. From the late 1800s until the end of passenger service in 1958, this railroad hosted famous trains, starting with the Montezuma Express, which would then become the Bar Harbor Express. As many as 7 passenger trains each way operated 7 days a week during the summer months. These express trains were originated in Europe and Philadelphia and continued non-stop to what became known as the Montezuma Ferry at McLean Point. In those days, leaving Philadelphia at 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, arriving at the Montezuma Ferry Saturday morning at 9 a.m. was the first batch of sport travel for that time.
Okay, well, I'll leave you.
Nice speaking with you, sir. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
I think they're the only ones that have today.
I think so.
I saw her and I'm like, you gotta have it.
Yeah, I usually wear one. I watch my leaving side.
Yeah.
Sunday, when I go to the service, I swore I never wear a t-shirt. I even get the t-shirt now. Yeah. Well, I come to Cal.
Next on the right side of the train is the Ellsworth High School. It was built in 1996, and approximately 600 students from grade 9 to 12 attend this school.
Well, you look very good.
You say I do. It's not me. Normally I have a t-shirt, but
Yeah, geez, the last time I had.
Ahead on the left side of the train, you'll soon see a large granite stone marker with the letter P and the number 165 written on it. The Maine Central Railroad and all its premium passenger lines use the beautiful granite stones to mark each mile of the line, specifically noting the distance from that location to Union Station in Portland. Thus, on this next marker, the P stands for Portland, and the 165 indicates the rail distance from here to Portland. Along the right side of the train is the Ellsworth Bicycle and Pedestrian Trail. It runs 1.3 miles alongside our tracks. The path is separated from the right-of-way by a safety fence. Soon we'll be reaching the Ellsworth Falls siding. Here we'll be performing a runaround movement where we'll stop the train on the main line track and the locomotive will uncouple from the lead end of the train. The engine will then go through a switch and onto a siding track and will pass along the right side of the train, giving everyone an opportunity to take pictures of the engine as it passes by. And after going through a second switch, the engine will recouple at the opposite end of the train. You may want to walk to the far end of the coach to see the recoupling of the engine to the train. As part of our connecting procedures, we'll perform an air brake test, and the engine will then push the train eastward across the Union River Bridge.
Wait, there's another